Well, you're on crutches. What's happened there?
In the first round, I kind of hurt my foot. I hurt my leg. Leg stuff you could kind of eat because that happens in training. But I'm pretty sure I broke my foot, so I kind of had to eat the pain a little bit until I saw the damage being received by him too. At a certain point, you know, you're swinging a bat at another bat. Sometimes your bat might break first, but sooner or later, both bats are going to be broken.
Are you surprised at how quickly you guys went at it? I mean, you guys went guns blazing straight from the get-go.
No way, I was not surprised. I told my coaches already, man, we coming out here to get a contract, you know? We came, like, the initial plan was to, hey, we're flipping this coin. Whichever one, he's a power puncher, I'm a power puncher. I'll flip that coin with anybody, man. You know, I believe in my power. I believe my chin will hold up. And that was the original plan from the get-go. After a while, I started seeing, like, oh, this guy's surviving, man, you know? Let's not be silly. We could win a technical battle, too.
And how much did it play into the fact that your foot was injured when it came to throwing punches and putting power behind it?
Exactly. When I kind of saw the foot was really messed up, then it kind of became, all right, we can't just, because inside that pocket, the faster guy's going to win. I couldn't put a lot of pressure on my foot, and I started to see like I'm starting to be a little bit slower. In the beginning, I was a lot faster, but halfway through, when I couldn't put that much weight on it anymore, I started being the slower guy. Then I was like, all right, maybe let me do the same thing to his leg. Let me focus on the kicks, focus on the kicks. And when he got to start to limping, then the speed kind of matched up again.
And even though yours went to a unanimous decision, I mean, when you were back there, were you, in your mind, were you confident that you were going to get that nod?
Super confident, because we put on a high-level fight. You know, that fight could have easily been on a UFC fight night. That could have easily been one of the regular UFC fights. So I knew there's people online saying both of us should have gotten a contract, you know, even though I won 30-27. But I had no worries. I was like, I got this. Especially when I watched all the rest of the fight. You know, it wasn't a finish, but it was very high level technique.
Did Dana come to you afterwards, after the fight, and say anything about the performance?
I went to him. I let him know, you know, our country right now, we got beacons in the UFC, Israel and Kamaru, you know, we got people to look up to. And I just want to be another one of those people, try to bring up more pride from my country. I try to tell everybody, there's a million Ngannous walking around in Nigeria, you know. I'm not that big, I'm a featherweight, but all my muscles in my heart and in my head, you know. But we're naturally talented, we're built for this, man, African strong.
How does it feel to, like, obviously you're very proud and, you know, wanting to put them on the map. Like, how does that feel for you to be able to be a part of that now?
Oh yeah, I've always been proud to be a Nigerian, you know, especially when I first came into this country. It was a little bit hard to adjust because, you know, people just aren't used to the culture. I'm not used to the culture, and there was a little time when I was ashamed because getting bullied and stuff like that. But after a while, once that pride grows, it just explodes, you know. I can't hold it back. You can't talk to a Nigerian for more than 2 minutes before you find out they're Nigerian. They're gonna slip it in that conversation.
How long on the foot do you think maybe before you get back in?
I gotta see what's going on with it. I don't know. It's swelling right now. It's getting uglier and uglier. We'll find out though. I don't like being away from the gym long. I start getting a little crazy, and people don't want to be around me when I'm not at the gym, you know. So even if it's something crazy, I'll be on my butt throwing punches, you know. I'll be doing hoopa sweeps and stuff like that. It's all good.
How much do you credit your opponent's style and coming at you the way he did, and the fact that you were able to showcase what you wanted to do?
Yeah, I gave him a lot of praise. That's why after the fight, I was actually looking for him. I can't find him. I wanted to really talk to him because I knew once we both got matched up with each other, I was like, I definitely knew that one of us is going home with a contract. Most likely me, but I knew one of us is going home with a contract because of that style matchup. There's no way we was going to give a boring fight.
Then I'm sure you would have taken the trade this morning. You'll take crutches for a contract.
Oh, 100%. So I had this dream 2 weeks ago. In the dream, I was sitting in my mom's living room, and I was talking to my little brother, and I told him, man, my body's hurt, my body's beat up, there's something going on. And my brother turns to me and he goes, yeah, but how does it feel to have 10 grand in your bank account? And when he said that, it was like a movie, and I had a flashback. I was like, oh, I just want to fight. So that's exactly what's happening right now. I'm all beat up, my body's jacked up, but it feels fucking good to have 10 grand in my bank account.
Can you tell us a little bit about your relationship with your training partner, James Sodiq? I was standing next to him when they made the announcement or did the deal, and he told me he'd been training for 6 years.
I'm a big fan of you, man. I've never seen you before in person.
Well, thanks. I'm a big fan of you now, too.
That's what's up, man.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, you guys give Vic a lot of advice. You and Frank. Yeah, that's what's up, man. Hey, that's a little fan of movement. All right, me and Vic go way back. Vic knew me before, I was throwing jabs, you know. And I've always looked up to Vic because I've been around him from when his skills level was like right here to all the way to where he's at. And the biggest thing I picked up from Vic is just his mentality. Vic has done a lot of things that people don't expect him to do, a lot of things that people don't believe he can do, but that's only because he has a stronger mind than most people. And that's one of the biggest things I take away from Vic. I've always been a hard worker, but when I met Vic and when I hung out with him, I started seeing how people think, how winners think, you know, and that's the biggest thing I take away from him.